TikTok holds some of the greatest diet recipes on the internet, and since I'm going to be snowed in for the next few days, I figured I'd try as many as humanly possible, starting off with protein cosmic brownies. Brownies and fitness go together about as good as eating some barbecue wings and reading a book, typically being extremely hard to fit in while on your diet. Now, I know that tons of people make some high-protein brownie recipes, but let's get real. This brownie is more of a brownie than those brownies are. I mean, they never taste good and are usually extremely dry. However, this recipe looked very promising.
This cosmic brownie and these 3 cosmic brownies both have the same amount of calories. Plus, mine are thicker, fudgier, and have 15 times the protein.
Well, call me young Helen Keller in the kitchen because I ruined a lot of the brownies and it stuck to the pan. But I did get a few good ones. And let me tell you, they look very good. A typical cosmic brownie has 270 calories and is here for pure enjoyment. However, you can have 3 of these for the same amount of calories with plenty more protein. The question is though, are they good? It feels nice and it looks good. Always a positive. But let's just give it a taste. Wow, what the f***? I'm not even joking when I say this, and it might be a little bit racist, but these are like some of the best brownies that I've ever had. I might just be too deep into fitness, but these blow the regular cosmic brownies out of the water. 90 calories and 10 grams of protein in this brownie. What? I think knowing how macro-friendly and healthy they are is what's making it really taste even better, but they are delicious. They're also very simple to make. All you do is combine pumpkin puree, Greek yogurt, protein powder, and egg, dark cocoa powder, monk fruit, and vanilla extract for the brownie. Then you can use those same ingredients to make the frosting, which the recipe will be listed here. Every hack we try, we'll be giving it a rating from 1 to 5 stars based on how useful or tasty that they are. And for this, I'm gonna have to give it 5 stars. We are starting off strong. However, she was right when she said that they are fudgier and thicker than regular brownies, so I am sweetened out. I could definitely go for something salty, and what better thing to have than some pizza. When you're dieting, you have to get creative, and part of that creativity comes from starving yourself for so long that you start thinking of random food concoctions you'll normally never think of. And most of the time, those concoctions are going to be terrible. But every now and again, you'll strike gold, which I feel like has happened here.
Would you believe me if I told you this pizza has 176 grams of protein? We're ditching the carbs and leveling up with chicken crust pizza. A high-protein, crispy, and ridiculously delicious alternative that actually holds together.
So yeah, it turns out you can use ground chicken to make pizza. All you need is 450 grams of ground chicken, 2 large eggs, half a cup of grated Parmesan cheese, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon Italian seasoning, salt, pepper, mix it up, and toss it in the oven. After 25 minutes at 400 degrees, get freaky with whatever toppings your little heart desires, and then pop back in the oven for another 10 minutes. Just like that, you have your high-protein chicken crust pizza. That entire pizza there is 1,351 calories, which I know sounds like a lot, but it's also got 187 grams of protein. Here we have it, our high-protein pizza. Now, I only have a few slices here because they look the best, and I just kind of ignored the other ones. Pretty privilege. But let's give it a taste. It smells delicious, but for all I know, could taste like a dog's ass. Yeah, I mean, that looks really good. It's got some nice crusting on the bottom. It's thick. Cheese is melted. It looks like a slice of pizza. Whoa. Obviously, it's not gonna be like you got pizza from a pizzeria, but this is 100% better than any kind of frozen pizza that you could get. This is really, really good. I would say the only drawback is the actual cost of making this, because if you're using 450 grams of ground chicken, you're gonna have to buy that every single time you wanna make a pizza. So while it might taste better than any frozen pizza, it's definitely not gonna be cheaper. With that being said, taking the taste and the macros into account, I'm going to give this 4 stars. Honestly though, it has been a lot of baking and I have the mental capacity of a 7-year-old, which is good for you guys so you can laugh at me, but also it's gonna be easy for you guys to make. If I can do it, you could do it. Wise words from me, Andrew Fox. But you know what? I'm ready to embrace that inner 7-year-old and have some easy to make s'mores that are high in protein. Protein s'mores.
These are the viral frozen protein s'mores. If you're a s'mores fan, you absolutely have to try these out.
Wow.
I can't believe I waited this long to make these. Holy cow. If you have not made these yet, you need to.
Listen, I gotta be real, with the quality of ingredients in these s'mores, it's gonna have your body running as good as DJ Khaled in a 5K marathon. I mean, the cleanest thing in here is the protein powder. However, these things have been everywhere. Tons of videos with the same exact recipe with millions of views, which tells me two things. One, none of these people have an ounce of originality, and two, these must be fire. It's not easy to get 1 million views. I haven't done it. I do already have one issue with these, but I'll explain it after I try it because I feel like it's about to melt, so let's give it a taste. Wow, suddenly I'm a kid again, and everything is good, and I'm happy, and there's green grass everywhere. But similarly to when I was a kid, I didn't give a singular fuck about macros, and I wish that was the case now, because these are atrocious. So every one of these recipes has these as protein s'mores. I'm trying the viral protein s'mores, everybody.
These are the viral frozen protein s'mores.
Viral high protein s'mores.
Viral frozen protein s'mores.
Frozen protein s'mores.
Viral protein s'mores.
Viral frozen protein s'mores.
Viral protein s'mores.
Viral protein s'mores.
Oh my god.
But the thing is, none of these recipes had the macros listed. Well, why could that be? I have no clue. So being the genius I am, I did a little digging and some calculating. 424 calories per square and 10 grams of protein. These are the viral s'mores, everybody. You would quite literally be better off having a regular s'mores and then drinking a protein shake. You'd have less calories and more protein. I'm not even joking either. You'd literally be better off. So I'm gonna give this 1.5 stars. I'd potentially rather use this 0-calorie ice cream that we're gonna be trying out later on instead of the Cool Whip. Because honestly, with the chemicals that are in that Cool Whip, it's probably about as healthy as the marshmallows. But we're not going for health. We're going for high protein. However, if health is your concern, our next recipe has a lot of clean ingredients and a lot of cucumbers. When it comes to cucumbers, it's one of those foods that has plenty of uses, and I do not mean anything sexual. I mean, you could shove it. It's extremely low calorie and pairs well with tons of different foods. However, this combination here has earned this man over 1.8 million likes.
Did you know if you add cucumber, onion, garlic, Greek yogurt, lemon, salt, pepper, olive oil, and chicken breast to a bowl, then shake it, you will get this delicious high-protein cucumber salad.
Now, not only did he go viral, but tons of other people copied that recipe and also had success. So let's just see how good this actually is. This is either gonna help my diet or ruin my breath, which I guess if it does, it'll help me clear out the gym and get it all to myself. So win-win. See. I don't know. Are my taste buds fried? Do I have COVID? Or does this not have much of a taste? I really can't tell. F this guy and f this stupid recipe. Nah, it's really not too bad. It's very refreshing, it's very low in calorie, very easy to make, which I like. What I don't like is it's a little plain tasting. I feel like I would rather use a different sauce, but then you wouldn't have the texture of the yogurt, which I do like. For this entire bowl, it is 345 calories and 50 grams of protein. Macros are great, ingredients are clean, very easy to make, but the taste isn't too crazy. However, for a midday snack that will keep you very full, this is a good option. There is a lot of food in here. Because of that, I'm gonna give this 3.5 stars. Okay, now real quick, I want you guys to think of a protein snack that you can make that's convenient, easy, tasty, and very macro friendly. For me, immediately I think of a protein yogurt bowl. You take some yogurt and some protein, mix it together, and you're good to go. But sometimes, I find that to be a little bit boring. However, the algorithm then blessed me with this recipe.
35 grams of protein in this protein jello. I've been making these for quite a while now, but I wanted to bump up the protein. This gave creamsicle vibes so dang good.
If this recipe is good, I'm gonna be giving this guy a giant consensual kiss on his lips. No diddy. Because It just changes up yogurt bowls. Adding the zero sugar Jell-O makes it a whole new texture and hopefully whole new taste. First, you take some sugar-free orange Jell-O, put the whole packet in a bowl along with 1 cup of boiling water. Yep, I'm sorry about the steam, but now you need to whisk, which do not use an electric whisk. I am an idiot. Once it is whisked, set it to the side, then take 200 grams of Greek yogurt with a scoop of protein for the cold ingredients, mix those two together and place it in the fridge. In just a few hours then, you have this fluffy orange creamsicle yogurt. Now this looks delicious. I am a huge cream fan, orange nonetheless, and this smells exactly like an orange creamsicle. But if this sucks, I'm gonna find this guy and take him out, Liam Neeson style. That'll be the last f***ing recipe he's ever made. Before I end up on a watch list, I'm totally kidding. I'm not gonna go from kissing the guy to killing him. Now, just because I can and have free will, I'm going to take a scoop of zero sugar Cool Whip and put it on top. Now we're good to roll. Here we go. Oh, man. Wow, dude. I was like the whitest dude ever. Wow, dude. That is the perfect orange creamsicle flavor. Let's try it with the Cool Whip now. Man, that's f***ing awesome. I mean, nothing else to really say. It's really, really good. The best part is too, there are so many different flavors of sugar-free Jell-O. So if you don't want orange cream, you could make a raspberry and cream, strawberry and cream, lime and cream. I mean, there's tons of flavors, so you can really get wild with it. Who would have thought that easily you could have a creamy, fluffy yogurt Jell-O, or YOLO for short, that tastes this good. 298 calories, 57 grams of protein, 10 carbs, and 0 fat for this entire thing. So I'm going to give it 4.5 stars. Luckily though, Greek yogurt is like the LeBron James of food when it comes to fitness. I mean, any team that it's on, it's gonna make that team better. Pick any food right now, literally any food, and tell me that yogurt doesn't go with it. You could put it in oats, you can use it as a vegetable dip, you could put it in smoothies, put it on people, put it in people, pair it with chocolate, and even make it into a high-protein yogurt Reese's bowl.
If you're craving a Reese's but trying to lose fat, then you have to try my giant protein Reese's with 51 grams of protein. All you need is powdered peanut butter, Greek yogurt, protein powder, and chocolate chips. Mix those ingredients until it looks like a consistency like this, then transfer to a small Tupperware container. Melt your chocolate chips and freeze for 20 minutes. Crack open and enjoy.
Now I get it. It sounds very plain. There's not a lot going on in here, but I'm not gonna let my brain speak before my mouth because this person claims that it literally tastes like a giant Reese's. It's one of those meals that has gone very viral with so many people recreating it. So I'm just assuming that it's gotta be good. It's got the hardened chocolate on top and then it's got the yogurt mixture on the bottom. Let's give it a taste. I'm gonna crack it open. Very nice. I'm expecting a Reese's. Wow. Wow, man. I'm gonna make a grown man cry. It feels like it's a snow day as a kid, and I'm having my favorite candy. This is spot on to a Reese's. How she described it is exactly what it is. It's a giant Reese's in a bowl. That is incredible. I think the hardened chocolate on top really brings it together, and the yogurt, the way it's combined with the PB2, it really gives it a peanut butter-like texture and consistency and taste. 342 calories, 18 grams of carbs, 9 grams of fat, and 51 grams of protein. I could really see why this one went viral. I mean, it's a simple meal with simple ingredients that's gonna fuel you, keep you full, and help you stay on your goals. For that, I'm gonna give it 5 stars. This honestly matches the brownies and it's a lot easier to make. Which that's always good because when it's easy to make, that means you'll be able to have it every single day without any issue. Which is the same case for our next recipe, which is some high protein buffalo chicken dip.
This is my current hyperfixation, and if you choose to make it, you are welcome because your taste buds will be blessed. One of these just shredded rotisserie chicken, serving of good culture, this ranch powdered seasoning, and some salt and pepper. And you can also add some sriracha or buffalo sauce in there if you're feeling Spicy, high protein, easy, doesn't taste like you're eating grass.
She mentioned that this is not gonna taste like you're eating some grass, but I've gotta be honest, based off the ingredients that are inside this, it does taste like you're gonna be eating some grass minus the GR, but if it's some buffalo chicken dip minus the calories, that might just weigh out the negatives. I mean, this meal here is as clean as buffalo chicken dip could get, so let's see if the taste can match the quality. I also didn't have popcorners, but I've got pop chips, so it's kind of the same thing, just not in corners. They're circles, like myself. It looks good, I gotta give her that. Wow, I feel like that's my reaction to a lot of these recipes. I just go, wow. But I actually have tears in my eyes right now, and it's not because the hot sauce that I used is too spicy. It's because that's really good. Oh my god. I'm not even kidding, you might catch me eating this every single day from here on out. I mean, this is like a meal that you sneak in your room at midnight and binge on because you're depressed, not speaking from experience. And it just makes you feel better. It's like that instant dopamine hit when you take a bite of this. I mean, it genuinely brought tears to my eyes. That's really good. Good job, Mrs. Buff Unicorn. You were right. This might be my new hyperfixation. I might eat this every single day. I'm gonna give this one 5 stars. What more could you want? It's tasty, easy, and macro friendly. Now, I'm always a little skeptical when people make replicas of food that we know to be fattening, like crumble cookies. Let's get real. Just one of these cookies is gonna have you hating your body more than a depressed teenage girl, and they have enough calories to feed a family of 4. And when do you ever just have one cookie? Typically, you get a whole box with a friend, and you guys are trying different flavors, and you guys are having a good time, it's fun, everyone's enjoying themselves, and I think that's what it's like. I don't know, I don't have any friends, but that's what I would imagine it would be like, having crumble cookies with a friend. Just give me a second.
You can eat all 6 of these protein Oreo cookies for less calories than one crumble cookie. They're so delicious, easy to make, and each one has 11 grams of protein.
To be honest though, good thing I do have no friends, because if anyone was around me while I was eating these, they'd call animal control on my ass. These things look delicious. Again, I kind of f***ed them up so they aren't the same size as hers and not the same shape, and definitely don't look as good or anywhere near crumbles, but they smell nice. Scent can go a long way. And I did my best. Do they look like crumble cookies? No. They look like they were made by somebody who has cookie crumbles for brain cells. Me. Honestly too, making these was not too difficult, because if it was, I wouldn't have done it. 1 cup of flour, 1 scoop of vanilla protein, a 1/3 cup of sweetener, half a tablespoon of baking powder, a pinch of salt, 2 tablespoons of light melted butter, 1/4 cup non-fat Greek yogurt, vanilla extract, 1 egg, a splash of almond milk, and then some crushed up Oreos. But sadly, you can't use the cream, which is the best part. Sad, sad world. After that, you mix it and bake it for 10 minutes at 350 degrees. As for the frosting, those ingredients will be on the screen here, but you could also just eat these plain and then save some calories. Enough talking though, let's just dig in, see if these are any good. I'm gonna eat the one that does look the best. Ooh, now this is a tough one, it really is. The cookie is great. It tastes really good. I don't know if it's on par with crumble, but I don't really care because it has a lot of protein in it, right? We could sacrifice a little bit of taste. However, I don't like the frosting. I would much rather have these without the frosting, just have the cookie, and then save those calories. So does that still make the recipe good? Well, yeah, I'd say it does. Again, too, this is no hate to any of the original creators because they're very smart for coming up with these recipes, and it could very well be something that I did in the process to mess it up. However, just because I do not really like the frosting, I'm going to give it 3.5 stars. Luckily though, it kind of works out that I don't like this frosting because our next hack has a replacement that might be better. Dustin, come here. Does this count as sharing crumble cookies with a friend? He'll definitely eat them. Obviously, these diet hacks aren't meant to be a solution to all of your problems. They're just meant to be the icing on the cake. However, That icing itself is also a diet hack because this guy thought of 0-calorie frosting.
This is literally crack. So what I did after one of my meals is I made frosting out of it, which is literally just water and monk fruit. 0 calories. You can have frosting that literally tastes better than most real frostings.
There are things in life that are debatable. Does pineapple belong on pizza? Is fat shaming effective? Does Andrew Fox deserve more subscribers on YouTube? But the one thing that is not up for debate is that the icing is the best part of the cake. I am a big fan of icing, as you could tell. But having a low-calorie version is pretty wild considering how high-calorie frosting already is. All you need is monk fruit sweetener and water. But if you don't have that, you're f***ed. I'm sorry. You have bigger things to worry about than 0-calorie frosting, my friend. I'm just gonna take a little bit of powder. How much does my fat ass want? That's the question. I think that's a good amount. Dump a little bit of water in there. I don't know how much to really do. Wow, you've gotta be kidding me. This is actually making like the perfect frosting consistency. That is pretty crazy. Bro, if this works, I am going to be having a rough few weeks because this is all I'm gonna be eating. This is crazy. This is smart because monk fruit is a 0-calorie sweetener. Now you do see here it has 30 grams of carbs inside, but that's from a sugar alcohol called erythritol. Your body can't really metabolize erythritol, so it doesn't get digested, meaning you'll essentially just pass it through your body, which really means nothing if this tastes like shit. Let's just give it a taste test. It's got a really nice consistency.
That literally tastes better than most real frostings.
Man. Yeah, I'm gonna be 100% honest. This was so bad, it kind of made me lose my breath for a second. It's not good. The idea is fantastic, but the overall product, it's not. So this gets 2.5 stars. Let's follow this wave of 2-ingredient foods because they're easy, but it also helps out when they are extremely macro-friendly, like this 0-calorie ice cream.
Nobody believes me when I say you can have this entire bowl of ice cream for 0 calories and it only has 2 ingredients. All you gotta do is beat some water, instant coffee, and 0-calorie sweetener in a bowl. Throw it in the freezer, wait for about 2 hours, and bam! You just made yourself a creamy, delicious coffee dessert or instant iced coffee for literally 0 calories.
Being 100% honest, when I first made this, I said, wow, that looks like shit. Not figuratively, it literally looked like shit. Now, I don't know about you, but I do not find shit appealing, so I was kind of grossed out. But now it's came together nicely and it looks really good. Ice cream with 2 ingredients and 0 calories that has caffeine in it that'll keep you energized and full. What could go wrong? He said it was creamy, so let's see if it is. Oh, it's a little flaky, I guess because it literally is 2 ingredients. It's not. That's interesting. That's very, very interesting. Somehow, though, it is kind of creamy. It's also already pretty much melted and just turned into a extremely caffeinated cup of coffee. There goes my ice cream, melting away. I'm not even kidding. I've had it out of the freezer for like literally 2 minutes and it's almost gone. All right, well, that was very fast because now it is just liquid. I just have this like cold cup of coffee here. Well, the taste wasn't bad. I think if you like coffee and you like the bitterness of coffee, you will enjoy this. I probably like it a little bit more if it was sweeter and less bitter, but you're having coffee ice cream. What do you expect? For 0 calories, would I have this again? I would, had it not melted in 30 seconds. I think that kind of takes away a lot from it. It does get some points for being 0 calories though, so for this, I'm going to give it 3 stars. If it hadn't immediately melted upon coming out of the freezer, I probably would have given it a higher rating. However, next, we're going to Japan. I fucking love Japan, but I'm snowed in. And I also haven't gotten 1 million views yet, so I can't afford it. But I can afford to make the viral Japanese cheesecake. Everyone and their moms and their grandmas and their dogs and their brothers and their cousins have been talking about this. The idea is that you take some Biscoff cookies and toss it in some no-bake cheesecake dip, and it becomes this delicious bowl that has flooded the internet like a wave from a tsunami. However, those people might have been the ones that caused that wave with their fat f***ing legs stomping around, because that thing is ridiculously high in calories. With that meal, you're better off just having a regular cheesecake. These people don't think. They don't watch Andrew Fox, that's for sure. If they did, they'd know that we could just recreate this woman's macro-friendly version.
This is my low-cal, high-protein take on the viral Japanese cheesecake trend. We're gonna use 1.5 cups of plain, non-fat Greek yogurt, tablespoons of sugar-free cheesecake Jell-O mix, some vanilla. Then we're just going to spread that evenly. And then I'm using these mini Nilla cookies instead of the Biscoff cookies. So we're using 20 of these mini cookies. Make sure your cookies are fully submerged in the yogurt. And then we're gonna cover it and refrigerate overnight. Mine's a little more than 2 ingredients, but honestly, seems a lot better.
Now, first reaction. It looks really good. Also, like one of the first items that we have that isn't just like Greek yogurt and protein powder. This has no protein in it. So if you ran out from all the recipes so far, like me, then you're good to roll. You just have to still have Greek yogurt. I covered it with a very thin layer of 0 sugar Cool Whip and then some strawberries, just like she did in the video. So the idea is that soaking the Nilla wafers inside the Greek yogurt is going to make it a little bit moist and make it more like a cake texture. So let's see if that happened. Wow, that looks really good. I mean, yeah, that kind of looks like a bite of cheesecake to me. Literally like love at first bite. That is unbelievable. Oh man, I'm literally gonna finish this entire thing right now. I was really doubtful that it would give me any sort of cheesecake vibe, but I feel like it was the perfect amount of 0 sugar pudding mix that it really does create that. If you do make this, definitely add the 0 sugar Cool Whip on the top and some strawberries because it really elevates this. Oh man. That is really, really good. It's honestly a ton of food too. I mean, I've been picking at this for a minute and I've like barely made a dent. 360 calories and 38 grams of protein for this entire bowl. Now this recipe got 3.8 million views and the ingredients were very simple, which just goes to show you don't need something crazy just to go viral. Sometimes the simplest things are the best, which is why for this one, I'm gonna give it 5 stars. Very simple to make and very easy to eat. I was worried before that this might actually be too sweet and kind of be overwhelming, but that's really not the case. However, our next item might have that issue because it's a sugar cookie protein milkshake.
Hitting your protein goals has never been easier with this 120 calorie, 25 grams of protein sugar cookie shake. It's so good and seriously tastes like a milkshake. To your blender, add 2 cups of ice, a scoop of vanilla protein powder, 1 tablespoon of this sugar-free white chocolate pudding mix, a splash of vanilla and almond extract. A little goes a long way with the almond. And half a cup of water or almond milk. Blend at high for 2 minutes or until it's doubled in size, and it should come out thick and ice cream. Pour your new favorite protein milkshake into a glass. Top her off with some sugar-free whipped cream because why not? And finally some rainbow sprinkles. And enjoy your new favorite high-protein milkshake.
So what classifies this as a sugar cookie protein shake? I guess the almond extract and vanilla extract? I'm not really sure. What I can say is that it smells delicious. Typically, I like my protein shakes how I like my women. Fast, thick, and easy. I'm kidding. That's a terrible joke. I have a girlfriend. I'm just kidding. I like my women how I like my girlfriend. However, even though this was some extra steps, it's thick, fast, and easy. I figured we could end on the simplest form of dieting, a protein shake. Cheers. That's quite nice. I like that. This is very refreshing. Not exactly what I want on a snow day, but I'll take it. 125 calories and 25 grams of protein. I feel like I gotta do that dance she does, the little... I can't do that. Obviously the sprinkles on top are not included in the calories, but it's a sugar cookie, so how could you have a sugar cookie without sprinkles? It is giving sugar cookie vibes though. The question is this worth the extra steps for the extra flavor. I suppose if you have time, it was quick. It wasn't anything crazy. However, like I said, I'll typically just throw my protein shake in a cup, mix it together, and then chug it real quick. This is pretty fucking good though. Definitely getting a sugar cookie vibe. Ironically as well, it's the same girl who made the protein crumble cookies earlier, so she gets some redemption. I'm gonna give this 4 stars. So out of all the things we've tried in this video, which is the best and which gets crowned the winner? Well, I'd honestly say it's a mix between the buffalo chicken dip and the giant Reese's protein bowl. One sweet and one savory, and both are easy to make and delicious. They earn their spots as the best recipes in this video. Hopefully you guys try some of these things out, and if you want to see me try more things from TikTok, click the screen now. We got no excuses to be fat in 2026. Let's get to work.